So I think we're in 500 level pharmacy school. This lecturer walks into the class, goes straight for the board. He's a professor of pharmaceutical chemistry. Then draws this extremely complex drug on the board, turns around and says, is this drug acidic or basic? And your class is thrown into a frenzy. And side talks here and there. People are confused. People are looking. Wow. And now let me give you a background story. We are in 500 level pharmacy school. We're not freshmen. We're not newbies. We've seen some. In other words, we have navigated the treacherous waters of pharmacy school. And we have arrived at 500 level. We know some things. But we're wondering, what's happening here? This drug looks like an acid and a base at the same time. So this looks like a trap. And actually, I look beyond the question to the man. And I know it's a trap. And so I have this moment of an epiphany. And I just got this illumination and I knew what the answer was. So I said, sir, I will answer. And then everybody's going, what's Kingsley going to say? And everybody's just wondering. And there's dead silence in the class. And I said, sir, it depends. And when a man starts an answer with, it depends. But pay attention, listen. Hallelujah. So I said, sir, it depends. This drug has both an acidic side and a basic side. Now, if you introduce a drug into an acidic medium, the medium suppresses the acidity of the drug and compels it to behave as a base. But if you reintroduce the drug into a basic medium, the medium suppresses the basic attributes of the drug and compels it to behave as an acid. So it depends on the medium the drug finds itself in, because it's amphoteric. We call them amphoteric drugs. They're both acidic and basic, depending on the medium that they find themselves. Man looks at me like this for some seconds. So class, today we're going to look at the structure-activity relationship of the benzodiazepines, right? So now, when we look at this drug, it just ignores me entirely. Now, I know why he did that, because I got the question, but I didn't want to admit it. Okay? Now, here's the thing, guys. Here's the point. When you are asked a question, do not be quick to answer until you have processed the question thoroughly in your mind. Because when you are given a question, there are several possible answers that may come out of that question. For instance, it may be a yes answer. It may be a no answer. It may be a yes and no answer. It may be I don't know answer. Maybe only God knows. So I'll give an instance. If I ask right now, is Jesus God? What will you tell me? Yes, he is. Obviously he is. It's direct, it's straightforward. If I ask you, is Jesus an angel? The answer is no. Because he's not. He made the angels. Come on now. I'm teaching good, guys. If I ask you, is that drug, which I just mentioned right now, acidic or basic? The answer is both yes and no, depending on the medium that you put the drug in. If I ask you a question that you don't really know, maybe it's above your understanding, be humble enough to say, I don't know. That's also an answer. You need to understand this. That's also an answer. You're not supposed to know everything. You're not God. Only God is omniscient, all-knowing. You're not. We said, because we don't know all things. Come on now. I'm preaching really good, guys. Hallelujah. And finally, the fifth answer is, only God knows. So in Ezekiel 37, God asks the prophet, can these dry bones live again? He pauses and thinks, this is God who is omniscient asking this question. So he turns the situation around and says, you know what? God, only you know. And here's the reason why. Can they live again by the power of God? Yes. But is it the will of God? We don't know. So God, only you know. That was the smartest answer that any man could have given. In other words, just because God can't do something doesn't mean that he wills or wants to do something. I follow what I'm saying. So once again, when asked a question, don't be quick to answer. Think, process before you speak. Because the answer may be yes, number one. No, number two. Yes and no, depending on the medium, depending on the situation. That's number three. It can be, I don't know. That's number four. It can be only God knows. That's number five. Praise God.